remember the day they laughed the hardest, like a cold blade twisting in my chest. I sat at the dinner table, trembling with hope, clutching my fork, while my family's eyes darted from me to each other, sneering at what they called my ridiculous dream. I wanted to be a painter, they said. That I was wasting my life chasing colors and canvases, that I'd never make a dime, that I was embarrassing the family with my foolishness. Paint? You think that's a real job? My father scoffed, slamming his glass down. You're better off working at a factory. At least then you'd be doing something useful. My mother shook her head, eyes filled with disappointment. You're not serious about this, are you? It's just a phase. You'll grow out of it. Or you'll end up homeless, painting on the streets, and we'll be ashamed. They mocked me, dismissed me, told me I was wasting my life on a pipe dream. I clenched my fists, fighting back tears. I knew I had to leave, not just to escape their ridicule, but to prove them wrong, to prove that I could create something real, something lasting. I left that night with nothing but a duffel bag of supplies, my paintings smudged and incomplete, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and fierce determination. I moved to a city where nobody knew my name. I worked menial jobs by day, waiting tables, cleaning studios, while nights were spent hunched over canvases in cramped apartments. For years, I scraped by, pouring every ounce of my soul into my art, refusing to give in to despair. I faced rejection after rejection. Galleries turned me down, critics ignored my work, my bank account drained. But I kept painting. I knew my worth wasn't measured by their opinions, only by my own relentless pursuit. Slowly, the pieces began to find their voice. My style evolved, darker, deeper, more honest. I entered local shows, then regional exhibitions. My name appeared in art magazines. My paintings sold for more than I ever imagined. I traveled, exhibited across countries, and finally, I caught the attention of a major gallery. My work was celebrated. I had made a name for myself, not because of luck, but because I refused to let their words define me. And then the call came, an invitation to showcase my entire collection at a prestigious gallery in the city. It was the breakthrough I'd fought for. I was finally someone proof that persistence beats mockery, that dreams can be forged in fire and blood. But the real test was yet to come. I booked a flight back home. I knew my parents would be waiting, eyes wide with disbelief when they saw what I'd become. I was nervous, but also filled with a quiet confidence, a silent message that I had risen from the ashes of their ridicule. The day I returned, the town was unchanged. Narrow streets, familiar faces. I parked my car in front of the house, the one I once called home. My heart pounded as I stepped out, clutching a small canvas wrapped in brown paper. I knocked on the door. My mother opened first, her face a mix of shock and something softer, perhaps pride, maybe regret. My father looked over her shoulder, eyes narrowing in disbelief. "I'm here," I said softly. "I brought you something." They led me inside, and I handed her the wrapped canvas. She unwrapped it carefully, revealing a vibrant, breathtaking piece, an explosion of color, emotion pouring from every brushstroke. It was the best work I'd ever done. The room fell silent as they stared. "This is what I've been doing," I said, voice trembling but steady. "This is what I fought for." My mother's eyes welled up, her lips trembling. My father looked away, then back at the painting, his jaw tight. For a moment, I wondered if they'd dismiss it, mock my success as arrogance. But instead they looked at each other silent. Finally my father spoke, voice thick with emotion. "We were wrong. We didn't understand. We thought you were chasing something foolish because we didn't believe in ourselves. but you proved us wrong." Tears blurred my vision, not of anger, but of liberation. A weight lifted after years of doubt and pain. I turned to leave, but my mother stopped me, clutching my arm. "We're proud of you," she whispered, her voice breaking. "You didn't give up, even when everyone told you to. You're not the embarrassment we thought you were. You're our son, and we're sorry for doubting you." In that quiet moment, I realized that revenge wasn't about showing them I was better. It was about proving that my worth wasn't defined by their insults, their mockery, their rejection. It was about standing tall, creating something beautiful from the chaos, and finally being seen. As I walked away from that house, I felt a surge of peace. I had returned not just as the artist I'd become, but as a person who had fought for every inch of her dignity. I had turned their doubt into my triumph, and I knew deep down that I had finally earned my place in the world. They could keep mocking for as long as they wanted. It didn't matter anymore. I had already won.